Hello, this is the M3 engine demo on PC for Team Nike Saurus Studios. So first, I'll use this demo scene to demonstrate our rendering capabilities. As you can see, we can render complicated 3D models with animation, as well as different textures and different materials. We can also adjust the graphic settings of the scene. For example, we can choose the skybox. I can set it to a night skybox. I'll set it back for visibility. We can also adjust the position and the color of the world light, for example. I'll set it to a red hue. And we can change the mapping used by the textures and even the PBR map type. For example, I can change the map type to, let's say, a normal type, and of course the textures will change accordingly. We also have layering settings where every entity will be on a layer. We can also, of course, add different layers and set the visibility of each layer. All these entities are on the default layer, so they'll all be not rendered if I set it to hidden. We can adjust the collision of layers using the collision matrix. Entities within the same layer will have collision with each other, and we can enable collision with different layers, as you can see here. We also have a camera gizmo, where you can easily adjust the angle of the camera by clicking and dragging, as well as clicking on the different angles. Next, I'll create a new scene to demonstrate creating an entity from scratch. So to create an entity from scratch, you can actually just click and drag any 3D model, since most entities will have a model. I'll use a model with animation baked in. And once it's dragged in, the entity will automatically be initialized with some default components. Since this model has animation, let me add an animation component and adjust the animation component so the animation will start. I'll set the index to 0 and make it display. We can also use the animation panel to adjust the speed of the animation. For example, I can make it faster, as you can see here. And you can see which animations are attached to the model. All of these can be also saved as prefabs, and prefabs can easily be loaded into the scene the same way. For example, I can load in this container by just clicking and dragging into the scene. You can also edit prefabs using the prefab editor panel, where you can open up any prefab, and this will load up the scene with only that prefab, and any changes you make to the scene will be saved as the prefab. For example, I can adjust the size of this prefab, like so, and I can save it. And the next time I click and drag it to the scene, the same entity will be shown. Finally, next I will load up our prototype level to show some gameplay.